It's in the Mount Pilot area. Actually, you're at the foot of the mountain. As you can see here, this straight ahead, that is Mount Pilot, or Pilot Mountain, however you want to say it. And it seems my wife always says I say it wrong or backwards. But we basically took 85 to 52 coming from Salisbury, North Carolina. It took us only about an hour and about roughly an hour and 10-minute drive, really quick. But this exit here, there's actually two attractions. If you go to the left from this exit, they have Pilot Knob Inn. These are tobacco barns that were made into cabins, and they're really nice. If you guys really want a nice place to stay, they're cozy little cabins, and you can see the road right there and straight ahead. That's the driveway, just across the street there for Pilot Knob Inn. And so, but we actually found this park by accident. And so the Greystone Park, we accidentally went right instead of left to get to Pilot Knob Inn, and we ended up finding this RV park, and we were like, we definitely got to check out this place. And so I will have to say that this RV park is probably my number one park now. We've only been one time, but we're going back again here soon, and I have to say, they definitely got it going on here. This is a small park. I think there's only 11 spots. It's $58 a night, and if you stay 5 nights or more, they drop it down to $48. I think the longer you stay, the lesser it is, but you can see there it is. There's the mountain right there, and this is literally right at the bottom of it. But again, 11 spots, and that little building right there is the office. That's where you have to park. You'll see that one travel trailer or fifth wheel. You park there, and then you go in and you check in, and then they assign you a spot. But all of these spots are super level. Now there's our Class C right there, the Freedom Elite. All these spots are extremely level. They're paved, very nice, very well kept up, full hookup, and then the bathrooms are open. They give you a card to get in. You don't have to press a code, but you have to have a card to get in, and it automatically locks from 10 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning. And but they really take care of this place very well. And I just cannot believe that there was some parts of the time that we were out here that I honest to God thought I was the only one out there. I mean, it was that quiet of a spot. And so, but there's all the spots there. That's it. That's the park right there in and of itself. And our daughter met us later on this evening here, and we went to Mount Airy the very next day. But there's the bathhouse right there, showers, very nice. And they do have a washer and a dryer that you can use. It's like $2.50, and that's for both of them. That's I think it's $1 for the washer, or is it $1.50 for the washer and $1 for the dryer? It's one of the others. And so, but they did have that. They don't mention that on the website. I don't remember that, but they do have that available for you to use. And so we definitely used it. The last night that we were here, we went ahead and washed our clothes and stuck them back in the camper. And so, but there's a little fire pit, and there is a fire ring available on each site, and that you can use. And I think we were the only ones that used it. But as you can see, it's just woods and woods all around you. And the deer came out at night, and I was able to see some of the deer that evening. But the owners in that house straight ahead, that's where the owners live at. So they're on site. And so they have an emergency number if you need to use it. And so, but they leave you alone. They don't bug you. And there's Sandra and the dogs rocking in the rocking chair there. You can use the shower in the bathroom here if you want to. And so, which we did, we went ahead and used it. And that night we had a fire, and it was definitely chilly. I'll say that. It was definitely chilly. And so, but we just cuddled around it, and the dogs got underneath the blanket, and they didn't really like the cold too much, but they were snuggled up like a bug in a rug underneath that blanket. The next day we got up, it was calling for rain. As you can see, it wasn't the nice blue sunny day that we had, and so but it was still gorgeous, still a beautiful sight. That's what you wake up in the morning to. All the sights are pointing right at the mountain, and it was actually called for snow in some areas, and so after breakfast we decided to go to Mount Airy and walk around the town there. You can see I know that wind is not as clean as it should be, but the town is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you can park one place and walk the entire town. This is one of the reasons why I love coming to this place. It's like going back in time. They got all types of antique places, thrift shops, barber shops. I'm talking old style barber shops. There's a theater right there, and yes, it is a open theater. You can go in there and watch movies, and this is where they have the Mayberry Days. Any of you guys that have not been to the Mayberry Days, go to their site. All the things that I'm talking about, I'm going to have links in the description below for you guys to go to. And here we're waiting on the sheriff's car to come by, the Mayberry sheriff's car, and it should be coming by any second now. Here it goes. There it goes. And so they have that. They actually take tours. They let people ride on it. Now, we're behind the buildings here in a huge parking lot. You don't have to worry about finding parking. There's plenty of parking. And this is one of the areas, and this is one of the shops. This is one of my wife's favorite shops, Bear Creek. It's not just candy. They sell all types of stuff, And but yes, we're talking Andy Griffith. If any of you guys are familiar with Andy Griffith, you're going to hear the tune. You're going to see all type of memorabilia, posters, shirts, anything that has to do with Andy Griffith and Mayberry. That's what you're going to see here. And so, but they do have the Mayberry Days, and if you got kids, you're going to want to come out to this. It's really family oriented, a lot of fun, and but there's one of the antique malls. That's one of the bigger ones there. That's the one I like to go to. I think it's like 2 floors, and there's the theater in the background, and but there's just a whole lot to see, and you know, it's just a cute little quaint little town, and we love going to this place. And so this right here is Angel's Bakery, Miss Angel's Bakery. Tell you what, this is another one of our favorite spots, and we'll be coming back to this. You'll see this again.
You guys, put your arm around them. Come on, everybody stand over here. Now, what kind of llama, what kind of animal is this?
It's a llama.
This is your mama?
Hey, you know what? And it's really comfortable around me, isn't it?
So we're going to show you that he's got his girlfriends with him. Now, if you guys reach over there, feel the rug that's on his back. Okay, that's made out of llama hair. And this is Soldier. If you guys, you like a GoPro, so go up on YouTube and say llama wearing GoPro. Okay. And you will find Smiley wearing them. He doesn't know how to give kisses, but he does have gorgeous eyelashes.
This is some more of the town here. Seems like every time we come to this place, they've done something new. That right there, right in front, right in the middle of the screen, that's something new they've recently put up. I don't remember seeing that little place that you can go in and sit at. And this right here also, this is very unique. I could see more towns getting into something like this. But you notice those people on that brick wall? Well, they're also made of brick too, or at least they're made to look like it. And it's what they have is right beside of it, they got a sign that tells about the history, little historic type facts. And this one here is called the Whittler. And but I don't recall seeing this the last time we were out, and so but it's really unique. I have already talk about original. I mean, you can't get more original than this. This is really cool. There's my daughter walking away. She didn't want to be in the camera, but you could almost sit up there and they look so lifelike. Really neat. And that's something right there that a lot of people in the South, especially in this area, can relate to. The mill worker. My parents were mill workers for a certain amount of time. And of course I found the Bigfoot. Gold in color, which I'm not sure why, but they put him in gold. And so I had to get a shot of him. And this is one of the candy shops. One of the candy shops. They've got old soda fountains. You can go get an old time soda fountain in. They got those shops also. And the Snappy Lunch, if you want to get you a pork chop sandwich, they got them there. Those of you that know about Andy Griffith Show, you know about the pork chop sandwich. And if you've never had frozen custard, you've got to check you out some frozen custards. Highway 55 restaurant has frozen custard. I love frozen custard. I think it's better than ice cream. Now this is a neat place. This is called Wild Child Ceramics. This is just really cool. My wife and I were talking about getting up with a ceramic place and doing some Christmas trees. And lo and behold, here in Mount Airy, they have a place devoted just to Christmas trees. And inside there, right at the moment of this video, and they got a class going on. Now, when the class is going on, you can't walk in there. It's closed to the public. But this guy does a class for people, and he allows the customers to paint their own Christmas trees. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is a lot of different styles of Christmas trees. And so we were sitting there looking at the different types, as you can see right there, and I believe I've got one picked out already that we're going to do. But we're so close to this place. I mean, we're about an hour and 10 minutes from it, from where we live at, that I think we're going to check out a class and do one. Sandra's going to do one, and I'm going to do one, and I think we're just going to give it to the kids. Each one of them is going to get one to the kids, not unless the kids want to come with us. But this place is just cool. Now, this is Miss Angel's. Now, I'm telling you right now, she is very famous around these parts here, Mount Airy and beyond. I mean, she's been on television, it looks like, and magazines. But she has everything under the sun that you can think of when it comes to the bacon and the cakes, and they got little personal pies, and that's usually what we get. We usually get a little personal pie a piece, and they are so good. And a lot of them, if I remember correctly, she does put a little angel wings on each one of her pies. And so but she's got cookies and just all types of stuff. And then she's got an ice cream place that's right beside of this place. But she is just, it's a family-owned business from what I understand. There's little personal cakes there. And I believe we did end up getting one of these. And so there's a picture of Miss Angel right there. There she is there. And so when you come to Mount Airy, you better go to this place. You're going to be sorry if you don't. And so pick you up something. It's very reasonably priced, and she has all types of stuff, as you can see. And we went to, hope I'm pronouncing this right, Capola's, and got us some pizza. And when we got back, by the time we got back, it was raining. And it rained all night long. You can't even see the mountain. And it was cold and wet. We just decided to stay in and snuggle up with the dogs and just watch some TV and relax. The next morning, it was cold and windy. Of course, you can see most of the clouds are gone, and it was just a beautiful morning. But I'm telling you what, that wind was kicking. And so they actually called for snow that night. We didn't see any where we're at. And so, but it was just a real pretty day. You can see those bushes moving, that flag moving in the background. I mean, it was windy all day and all night. On this day here, the night that was coming, it was still windy. We didn't get to have a fire. We only had that one fire, and that was it. Inside, we had the famous miniature waffles. For you guys that have seen my other videos, you've seen our little waffle maker. You've got to get you one of these. And so Sandra got this little thing to pour the batter, which I was really reluctant that it was going to work. But it ended up being a pretty good little thing there. And so we had the sausages and the little miniature waffles. And of course, maple syrup and the honey. Now we left and went back to Mount Airy, and they talked me into getting, I hope I'm saying this right, a white mocha or white chocolate mocha from Page's, the coffee place. And so that night, when we got back, Maddie went back home. She went ahead and drove back to the house, and Sandra and I just stayed snuggled up with the dogs here, and it got down to 25 degrees. And so they asked us to unplug or take off the hose and fill our fresh water tank up with some water and use that for the night to keep the hose and the pipes from busting. And so I think it's below 32 degrees. They usually want you to do that. And so the next morning, we decided just to leave the hose off the water spigot and just use what was in our fresh water tank, which was plenty. I think I put about 10-15 gallons in it. And it was still windy, and it was cold. Boy, was it cold. But we were okay, and it was still just a gorgeous morning to wake up to. And so that's one thing I like about it. Even though it was real rainy, you're not in any mud. And so Sandra made some eggs and grits and bacon and we had toast, and had ourselves a nice little breakfast. It was really something nice to wake up to. And of course I got my honey. Got to have the honey. And the dogs were enjoying it. And here we're fixing to pull out here. We're actually pulling out, and easy in, easy out. And so everybody has to turn the same way as soon as you pull out of your spot. You see no spots there. They are very, very level. We didn't have to level anything. I even put the level that I have in the camper and stuck it on the table, and it was right in the middle. I mean, I didn't have to level anything. They do a real good job on here. But as soon as you come out of your lot or your spot, you just go to the right. Everybody has to go to the right, and you just circle around the park, and then you leave out that way. And so, I'm telling you guys, this is a place to go to. This is a place to go to. And so, this is my new #1 spot. One, because it's so close to the house. And in case there's an emergency, I'm close to the house. And of course, Mount Airy. I mean, what's not to like about Mount Airy? And so, and there's other places. Oh, there's places all over here that we have yet to go visit and stuff. They got a live farm that's not too far from here. They got the Pilot Mountain or Mount Pilot State Park. It's on this exit, if I remember correctly. It's on this exit that this is on. And so there's all types of stuff to do. All types of stuff to do here with this place. And so I think if you check the spot out, see how level that is? I mean, very well taken care of. I think you guys, I think that if you check this out, you definitely are going to appreciate this. And so, again, I hope you guys enjoyed it.